Okay, in this video, I'm going to talk you through how to start a live session. In your Focus software, you'll notice that the Start Live Session button is grayed out. In order to make this selectable, what you'll need to do is you'll need to connect your Focus server to your Focus software. If you haven't already, make sure you download and install the Focus server software. Ensure that the version matches the Focus version. In Focus server, the next thing you're going to do is navigate to the Client tab. In the top left-hand corner, you can enter a server name. You can change the ports, and importantly, you can add a password. Once you've entered a password, navigate back to the Focus software, go to the Settings menu, and go to the Server page. Here you'll be able to select servers which are on the same network as you, and you can enter your password which you've just set in the Focus server. If I try and connect to a server which isn't mine, you'll see this message. Whereas if I connect to my server with my password, it will say server connected. Below that, you have the advanced menu. Here, you can choose whether the server is based locally or remote. Again, you have the option to enter your password. You can choose a shared video recording directory. You can edit the client name. And again, you can edit the port number. If you are looking to access a remote server, click on the remote button. Here you can add in your URL or your IP address from that server. And again, you have the same fields to fill out. For now, we're going to connect back to my local server. In doing so, when I navigate back to the Focus homepage, you should now see the server connected message in the bottom left-hand corner. And the Start Live Session button will now be selectable. Now let's move on to recorders. If we navigate back to Focus Server and then to the Recorders menu, here we can manage our recorders. In this example, I'm going to be using a Blackmagic recorder. So I've got a micro HDMI connected to my camera, a HDMI input into the Blackmagic, and then a Thunderbolt cable into my Mac in this instance. You can see here in the recorders table that the Blackmagic status is showing as initializing. As this is the case, we recommend downloading desktop video setup through Blackmagic Design. We will link out to this beneath this video. Once you've installed this, your Blackmagic recorder should show up, and the video input it is using or it is configured to will show below. Now, in this example, I am using a HDMI input and the recorder is set to SDI. So all I need to do is just toggle to HDMI, then press save, and then close the desktop video setup. If I navigate back to my Focus server, you will now see that the status of that recorder is showing as ready. You also have the ability to use an ARJA UTAP recorder. You can either buy an SDI version or a HDMI version. In this example, I'm using a HDMI version. So again, I've got a micro HDMI into a HDMI that is connected to my ARJA UTAP recorder. Then I've got a USB-C cable into my Mac. You'll see here that I've connected my UTAP recorder and the status is showing as ready. If you are using IP cameras, to add an IP feed, you'll need to click on Edit Channels, navigate to Add Channels. Here you have the option to add channel, add SDP files, or add channels from config file. In my example, I'm going to add channel. On the left-hand side here, I can give that channel a name. I can enter my URL, and I can choose the adapt IP. If I click into restreaming, I can choose the restreaming protocol and any advanced settings. When I'm happy, again, I can press save, and that will be available to me when I come to start my live session. So if we navigate back to the Focus software, if you click on Start Live Session, here you can name it. I can select the session type, and then I've got the ability to select which channels we're going to be using. So in this example, we're going to be using the UTAP recorder. When I'm happy, press OK. This will start a live session. For more information about wireless restreaming and collaborative workflows using multiple devices, I will add links to our Help Center articles below the video.